Do you trust your spouse to travel without you? That's the topic of today's video. If you find you're having challenges in your marriage, download the free marriage repair handbook at hopeformymarriage.com. We decided to tackle this particular question: do you trust your spouse to travel without you? Because in our life, that's a common thing. I do a lot of ministry work overseas. I travel extensively for business. It is not uncommon for me to be gone almost 2 months out of the year at times. And so I thought Carol could do a great job of answering this question for you. How do you up the trust factor? And go from there.
Okay. Well, first off, I do trust him to travel without me. But it's not an overnight thing. It's just, we have built trust over the years. If I couldn't trust him here at home, then I would not be able to trust him when he travels. But we also have put in place some kind of guidelines and expectations that we communicate often. And when he's overseas, it is hard sometimes because he's usually either 10 hours ahead or 8 hours ahead of me. So it is sometimes a little bit difficult. We communicate often though. We use WhatsApp, we use Facebook Messenger, we use email quite a bit to talk back and forth. So there's always a connection between the two of us so that, he's not feeling like he's there just completely disconnected from life here. And so I know a lot of our videos talk about communication, but really keeping the lines of communication open when one of you is traveling is one of the best ways to keep that trust built. But it's not just about trusting him to travel. It's about trusting him when he goes to the mall, when he runs an errand, when he decides he wants to go to the movies by himself because he needs some time alone. Trust is in every aspect of our marriage. And so it's not just, it's a lot deeper than just trusting him to travel without me. It's really in every aspect of our lives. Do I trust him? Because if I can't trust him when he's at home, I can't trust him when he travels.
Yeah, I think the key portion for me as the one who travels is clear communication with my wife. And so I always let Carol know, here's my schedule, here's who I'm going to be with, here's the things I'm doing today. And I put accountability in place with her, with people that I'm going to be meeting with, so that there's always an expectation of honesty, openness, forthrightness. So we never have to question that. We're always free to look at each other's phones. We're always free to look at each other's computers. That's just part of our agreement as a husband and wife, whether it's here or abroad. But then when I'm overseas, I'm very, she's got my entire schedule. She knows where I'm going to be at pretty much any given moment. And I do that for a reason. It's not that I have to, but really I do. Because I don't ever want her to have a reason to question, am I doing the right things? Am I making the right decisions? So one of my rules that I have, whether I'm here or at home, I don't meet privately with a member of the opposite sex. If I'm going to have that meeting, it's going to be in public to where people can see us. And I do that not just for me, but for the other person as well. I don't ever want anyone to question integrity. I don't want anyone to ever question, is Carl cheating on his wife? Nor do I want anyone to question, is the woman doing something she shouldn't be doing? Because we're in a world today where people want to gossip, people want to insinuate, people want to make accusations. And so as a pastor years ago, I put in some rules for myself along those lines when it comes to just dealing with women. I have many great friendships with women, but I always keep them in a place where no one could ever question anybody's integrity either way. And so that's important. I carry that over with me overseas. when we're away, and we talk about these international trips. I've been gone as long as 3 weeks at a time, and so we have to build those things in to keep the trust factor there. But she can call me at any time, and I'm always going to answer. And so that's the things we keep in place. Again, it does come back to communication. Are you communicating expectations? Are you communicating accountability? And even are you communicating things that, here's a place I was invited to go and I just didn't feel good about it, so I'm going to skip that. And at the same time, we have a rule in our marriage. We've had conversations over the years of, that's somebody I just really would prefer you not meet with, just because there's something that makes the bat signal go off, and, or let's change the way that meeting's going to take place. So anyway, a few thoughts for you today. Hope you find those helpful, and we'll talk to you soon.